I don't care what you say. It's a rock and roll. This time I'm in control. Welcome everyone to Random. This is Diaz.
And the Sriracha Muchacha, Paloma Star.
Hi.
Happy birthday to you. Everybody make sure to wish Diaz a very happy birthday. His birthday was just yesterday, which yesterday was Monday because I don't know what day you're watching this.
Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I had so many messages. I mean, we're all in quarantine, but I feel like I've got the most birthday wishes of all time. Like, it was great. But also, I take karaoke very seriously.
So seriously, you're gonna attack somebody?
If you didn't know, I'm South Korean. We take karaoke very seriously, so we're gonna talk about this freaking karaoke segment because I'm not happy about it. So before we jump into this segment, we're in this very specific predicament where we can only sing WWE theme songs. What theme song would you sing?
I'm gonna sing one without words because I do not sing. So I'm gonna do Oscar's entrance music and just do this. Like seriously, I do not at all sing. I will legit rather do anything and everything in the world besides sing in front of somebody. Like I think there was one time I forgot what I was singing to. Like Cody even looked at me like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You're singing."
That is so mean.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do Oscar's entrance music. Da-na-na.
You know my favorite theme song is the Mandy Rose.
Mandy.
No, not that one. The Korean one. Bow down to the star, none in bad boy. I love that song, but that is a terrible karaoke song. There are some songs that seems like a really good karaoke song, but they're not. So I think my favorite karaoke song out of all the WWE theme songs, definitely Ashley Massaro, Be Yourself. So good.
That's a good one.
But I am not happy with this karaoke segment.
What the what in the actual was that? Like, what are you doing? What's going on? You make it seem like these four women are not professional athletes. Like, what? You're like, oh, you know what? All these four women haven't really been on TV for a little bit. Let's give them a karaoke segment, a karaoke showdown. Come on. Like, seriously. I mean, it's not even their fault. They totally made the most of it or tried to make the most of it. I just don't know what they're thinking. And then that bullshit match that they gave us afterwards, it was a customs match, first of all, because they were barefooted. And it didn't mean anything. It was seriously pointless. It didn't benefit anybody at all. Like, also, is Lacey Evans heel now? That's how much she takes karaoke serious? Like, she's like, how dare you beat me in karaoke? I am now a heel now because I attacked you because I take karaoke that seriously. What? They could have legit had any BS match between all four of them or something. Why was Jey Uso hosting it?
I think Lacey Evans posted like videos of her singing on her Instagram here and there, and they know that Naomi can sing, so they were like, what if we do this segment and it'll be all great, you know? I don't think this is like the diva era regression. I don't think anyone was like eye candy or like they were viewed as a sexual object. So at least I don't think it wasn't that bad.
No.
To have Lacey Evans, who was like building this character as like a role model, I think it was a pretty good character. And to turn like, bitch, I didn't win this karaoke. Like, what? Also, Naomi's a good singer, but this whole karaoke shit was a mess. Like, first of all, the song choices, I personally didn't know what the songs were.
I actually popped when I heard Lacey Evans sing Jeff Jarrett's, and I don't even know the name of the song, Not Gonna Be My Baby Tonight, Who Was Gonna Be My Baby Tonight, because that storyline is actually really great because there's this whole random storyline where Jeff Jarrett is this awesome country singer. But then this whole time, Road Dogg is actually the one that's singing the lyrics for him. So he's basically lip singing. It's not even him singing it. I'm pretty sure nobody knows what I'm talking about right now who's watching it.
Like the music level was like so low. They were not instrumental. There was no reverb. I will not sing in that environment. No! The keys weren't changed to their level. Like, no, this is a hostile environment for someone to sing. Even Lacey and Naomi, who could actually sing, they could not sing. Dana Brooke, Tamina, I think they are comedy gold if they're given a chance. They couldn't even do anything. Are you upset?
No. I mean, yes, I am. But I wasn't.
Dana Brooke, I was so embarrassed while she was doing that entire thing. And then like Tamina came in, she was like, it's time to play the gays. And I'm like, huh?
What? It's time to play the game!
Play me? And then Uso stopped it like 5 seconds and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. This is terrible. WWE is an entertainment. So I feel like if you're gonna give us entertainment, and if you decided to go there, which was like, I think was kind of a miss anyway, but if we're gonna go there, bring the entertainment, but it didn't even go there.
Yeah. No, at all. It was like, first of all, it was a shitty segment all around. Like, even if they're gonna let them do that, like you said, make it entertainment, make it entertaining. You know, like who cares? Even if you don't want them to wrestle for some weird reason, at least give us whatever you're gonna give us, make it entertaining. And like, it kind of gave me like the NXT, the first rendition of NXT vibes, where they had to do stupid competitions, little contests and like that. So I'm sure Naomi knows all too well about that.
You're right. Oh my god.
She's probably having flashbacks like, oh no. It wasn't entertaining at all. Nobody at all gained anything from this. Like if they needed to kill time, I don't know, have them cut a promo. All four of them cut a promo, and why they're not on TV? Legit anything else.
I think it was definitely terrible. And Naomi's probably like so upset about it. Like
totally.
Upset.
Oh, totally. I'm sure all of them are, but especially Naomi, like probably like, really, y'all? Come on. And I think somebody even messaged me saying that Naomi said it was trash. I'm like, oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, she did. She did. You hated the match too. Like they took their earrings.
Yeah. It was a customs match. Like seriously, I'm like, they're wrestling barefooted. Like, what is this, customs? That's really what it seemed like, because it was just randomly put together. It was sloppy. Didn't make any sense. It was just bad all over. Like seriously, that match was just like, oh, we'll shut them up. I know they're not gonna like this. We'll shut them up. We'll give them the match. No, it was actually made even worse.
I did like when it got real messy though. When Lacey was like strangling her with the dress, it was very messy. Naomi is very good at brawls.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, okay, Naomi can do some intense brawls, intense spots. She can do that. Whenever she has, like, brawl backstage when they're in the ring, she makes it look real and super scary. Even in this shitty situation, Naomi is showing that she can do it.
She's willing to do it. Like, sometimes you have to do what you don't really want to do to show that you're a team player or whatever. But she definitely shined from even from this shitty segment.
Yeah, I mean, Lacey, I think, is better as heel.
Me too.
So hope this goes somewhere.
What a weird story arc. Like you turn heel because it's over a karaoke showdown.
Let's go to the next match. Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Alexa and Nikki.
You and your Scottish accent is on point. How many times have they wrestled each other though? Like that's what I really thought when this happened. I'm like, this is like the 425th time that they wrestled each other. I feel like it was a fine match. I really think that Nikki Cross is finally super comfortable in the ring, and you could really tell in this match. She's super high energy. I think she finally made that transition from like NXT to the main roster, and sometimes I feel like people get lost in that shuffle going from NXT, working a certain way, wrestling a certain style to the main roster. It is quite different, actually. I don't know if a lot of people realize that it's two different styles, but I think Nikki Cross is definitely super comfortable, super high energy. Loved how she jumped on her right at the beginning, give her a little bit more of that like craziness to her character that she's so good at. But it was a fine match. I mean, I don't think it was anything spectacular or anything really that's like to call home about, but it was fine.
You're right. It's just like a big blur now of whole Alexa, Nikki, Baysha matches. It's all like blur. I don't even remember how Nikki became a number one contender, to be honest. Whenever Nikki does shine is whenever she does stuff outside of the box. So when she starts humping the belt outside, and then when she's talking to Michael Cole, when she attacked Bayley in the ramp, like those are the moments of like really spark. And she was just so great in NXT. Like, so if she can do those stuff more to add the excitement elements, it might be a good match at Extreme Rules. But right now, this buildup is just so meh.
Yeah. I mean, I actually do think they maybe have a good chance of like stealing the show out of nowhere. Like this might be a good sleeper match, but the build-up for it is not making it seem that way. It's just like each individual person, like what they can do is making it seem that way, but the actual build-up for the storyline wise is not really making it seem that way. But you're so right about Nikki Cross having those moments is what makes her memorable. It's what makes her stand out. And quite honestly, for the past few weeks now, Alexa has been such an afterthought for me. She's a way better heel, in my opinion, but also I don't feel like she has that same energy level that Nikki Cross brings to every match that she's in.
She's one of the best promo in WWE, so I expected her to kind of prop up Nikki, but that is not really happening, so that's really disappointing. Also, just Bayley's SmackDown Women's Championship feud in general, and I know that Bayley fans are very sensitive whenever I talk about it, but I really can't think of any SmackDown Women's Championship feud that stood out. And that is not Bayley's fault. I think Bayley's a great character right now.
Yeah.
She definitely upped her game, but right now, her championship storyline is not what's getting the spotlight. I don't remember any of her feud, to be honest.
And there's no real contender that we think, like, looking at it as fans, we think like, oh, she could be the next one, or she's going to give her a run for her money, or like I could see her possibly beating her. Like, there's no really, they haven't done a really good job of building another woman to even have the chance to dethrone her at all. I think the closest one's maybe Nikki, and that's like a far stretch. I don't even think that she's come close to it. And remember that time when we were thinking, when is Alexa Bliss going to turn on Nikki Cross? When is Alexa going to turn on Nikki? And look at us now. We didn't even think about that. Now we just keep on saying, when is Sasha going to turn on Bayley? That's all we keep on talking about.
You know what happened 5 years ago?
What?
The women's evolution started.
And this is how they do it with a karaoke showdown? This is how we celebrate?
But that's also BS. That's like all WWE saying, like, we started women's evolution by calling up 4 horsewomen. Well, except for Bayley. But this is the truth. The periodic table of the women's division. So we've got everyone from Mae Young to Rhea Ripley. So if you're interested in learning about the real women's evolution, get your t-shirt. Women's division periodic table. Boom. Raw had a lot of surprises. They really surprised us with that karaoke segment on SmackDown, so they're like,
we totally shit the bed on that. We need to make it up for it.
Exactly. Starting from Ruby Riott and Bianca Belair versus the Iconics. So backstage, Iconics came to Ruby Riott, and they are so funny.
So funny. They have great chemistry with Ruby Riott. Those two have amazing chemistry with Ruby Riott. Like, give me more backstage segments with them because they play so well off of each other.
And then Bianca Belair came in like, I am here.
What a swerve. What a swerve. Because everybody, I don't know about everybody. I was definitely thinking, oh, it's Liv. And then here comes Bianca. I'm like, yay, finally.
I mean, you were the one asking, where's Bianca?
Where's Bianca? And here she is. She heard me. She's like, I'm here.
I love that these 4 people with great promo are just interacting with each other. It was just so vibrant. I freaking loved it. And, speaking of Liv, we can't speculate anything, but I think it's clear that a lot of the superstars right now are not on TV because of the COVID scare. Even the people who had storyline, like Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, they're off TV. So obviously, a lot of people are like right now off. On top of that, Becky Lynch is off, Charlotte Flair is off. So WWE's probably like, let's use this superstar. So we're actually really good. So like Bianca Belair, let's come in.
Remember Bianca Belair? She's still here. What? It was what it needed to be. It was short. It was fast paced. There wasn't really too much back and forth, but it was like boom, 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 boom. I think this was mainly to showcase Bianca a little bit more. And I actually found out that this was Ruby Riott's first win since February 2019.
Oh my God. Wow.
What? That blew my mind. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But I don't think the Iconics did their whole like, oh, look at all the cool moves we could do at this match. But I think this match was really just to kind of introduce Bianca Belair because she has been gone for quite a bit. So it was a nice way to transition her back into things. So I liked it. I think this match actually served its purpose. Not every single match has to go 25 minutes, have a 5-star match and go balls to the wall. Like this match accomplished what it needed to do. And it was a good match.
Do you think Ruby and Bianca will stay as a tag team?
No, I don't think so.
I really don't think so either, yeah.
No, I don't think so. But I think it was a good way to get her back in because I know for a while I think people were saying that they didn't know exactly what to do with Bianca. So why not? I mean, if this is a way to put her into another storyline or more permanent stuff, but no, I don't think it'll be kind of interesting to see if they kind of have Bianca like do a wedge between Ruby Riott and Liv. I don't know exactly where they're going for that, but it'll be interesting to see.
Also, I do prefer Bianca as a heel better.
Me too, for sure. Her character, her everything. I mean, the ESC that just screams heel.
And then, so we had this whole segment with the ninjas and R-Truth, and out of nowhere, Shayna Baszler returned.
Out of nowhere. I did not see this coming at all, and I loved it.
Me too.
Even though I was a little disappointed that they didn't take this moment to make Shayna Baszler a 24/7 champion, because I thought that's where they were going for. I'm like, oh, is she about to be champion? Is she about to kick R-Truth's ass or something? But this is how you build a badass.
Yep.
Like how much of a badass is it that you go into the ring, you do a move to some jobbers, because that's exactly who those ninjas are, and then you have two guys like, I'm gonna head out. Like, R-Truth was that SpongeBob meme in real life, where it's like, I'm not gonna head out. So that was really cool. That totally made her look like such a badass that she is, and that we all know she really is. So it was awesome. I'm like, yay, intergender wrestling for a little bit, even if it means, just Shayna beating up some random ninja dudes. But I liked it.
You know what the first thing I thought of when Shayna Baszler came in?
What?
I was like, this is gonna be ninjas versus vampires. This is a horror show match. Oh my god, no!
This is why it's called a horror show.
No, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, thankfully.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I can't believe you thought that. I love that.
Thankfully, she's like, I am here for the reality, not some vampire shit. I was like, thank you. Thank you. This was way more effective than the whole like vampire debut, although that did cause a lot of conversation. So I guess it did serve its own purpose. But this was, I think, very effective. Yeah, I do agree that I kind of wanted to see her win the 24/7, but also at the same time, I'm kind of glad that she's not interacting with the ninjas and R-Truth, because
it worked.
Yeah, she's trying to be serious. What did you think of her promo?
It was great. It was perfect. It was on like the perfect tone to reintroduce her. I mean, who knows what they're going to do with her, but it was a great setup to whatever they're going to do next. I just hope they don't drop the ball on it or like do something late, because that was a badass way to come back after being gone since May. So I love the promo. She did everything right. She said it right. And even on Twitter, I saw somebody like say, "Oh, this is the ugliest woman a wrestler I've ever seen. Why is she on TV?" But something giving her so much shade, and she responded back saying something like, "Then watch Miss America then. Plus, I pull hotter tail than you ever will." All right, nice clap back. Nice clap back.
There's just a lot happening in Raw. Like, I'm curious how they're gonna make sense of all of this. I think they're just only. Evolution is a solution to this, I think. I think evolution is a solution for this. Let's go to the main event. It is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Kabuki Warriors versus Baysha.
Baysha? I just realized that's what you were saying. I love it.
They played the whole tribute video again, which I liked it. So show it to USA and Fox, whatever. I'm fine with it. What do you think of the match?
Amazing. It was so good. You know how I said like not every single match has to be like 25 minutes, all-star, 5-star match? This was that match.
Yeah.
And it's a big contrast because there was the second women's tag match on Raw, but it was two completely different styles of matches, obviously time-wise too. But it's two completely styles of matches, and it was so good. Like, they got two hot tags, which hardly ever happens in a tag match, especially in a women's tag match. But the fact that they got two hot tags really means that they had a lot of faith in them and put a lot of like, okay, y'all got this. For a little bit, I thought there was going to be 3 hot tags. I'm like, what? That's not the finish yet? This is awesome. But everything was so good. They worked together. I think this really like refresh people's minds of how good Kairi Sane really is. Like, she sold perfectly. Like, she made everything look so good.
Compliment to everyone. Bayley, her heel work, her taunts were on point. And I loved how she was keep popping up from all 4 corners. So I was like, whoa, Bayley, where is she? And she's like, keep popping up. So annoying. Oh my God. Some of the Bayley fans were so triggered about our last video title. It was Bayley so annoying, but in like the best way. And they watched the video, they're like, oh.
Yeah, they're like, we're good. It was really funny reading some of those comments. They're like, what? No, she's not. I'm like, if you would watch the video, you would actually see, you know, we're giving her nothing but props.
She was so good. Like her heel work, amazing. And also like her moves were in there too. The Hurricanrana top rope, that was so good. Sasha Banks, her chemistry with everyone is just so good.
Spot on. Perfect. So good. Everything was so good. Like there's not like one bad thing that I could say about. I guess the one thing if I had to pick, and this is just me being nitpicking, was that one tag team move that Bayley and Sasha did. I can't remember if it was Asuka or Kairi who they like picked up. It looked like they were just like carrying a baby. Like they just picked her up and dropped her. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's all right. But hey, if that's like the worst thing, and worse is super lightly, if that's the worst thing in the match, then that's a great match.
Yeah. What did you think of the finish?
It was really good. It was nice. It flowed. It was smooth. There was so many falsies too, where it was to a point where I'm like, Kabuki Warrior is gonna win? Like what? Like it even got me. Like that's when you know it's a good match, when they have really good, really well placed falsies. And falsies is obviously false finishes, where it's always like kick out at 2.5, 2 3/4. So they did a super, super good job of keeping me at the edge of my seat.
I mean, Asuka's always explosive. I freaking love her. Sure. Kairi, I think, was definitely the MVP of this match. And you could see from the Raw talk, she was happy. She felt the adrenaline of her NXT days. Because for a long time, I think Kairi, either from the injury, maybe it's a psychological thing, or also it was like how she was written. She was in the shadow of Asuka. She couldn't really perform her best, but I think in this main event match, I think she really showed what she's got. She really got me so excited. And even in the Raw talk, when she was talking to Asuka about how she wants to face her, she was like kind of teary. It was just great. I hope this kind of a really good showing kind of invigorated her passion for being in WWE.
Yeah, I hope so too. And even if she does end up, you know, going back to Japan or doing whatever she wants to do, I think this is the best way of sending her off, because nobody wants to leave with like shady matches or like not feeling good of what you did. But I think her having these type of caliber of matches will help her either want to stay or make her feel, well, like, you know what, I did everything that I could and did a really good job out of it while I was there. But everything was good. I love the double hip attack too on the ropes. That was really cool. And I love how Bayley and Sasha still maintain their like super stuck up, annoying, like even still talking shit to the commentators throughout the whole match. It was it was amazing. It was good all around.
WWE is obviously just relying heavily on Sasha Banks and Bayley right now. But the saying is, when they are clapping, you gotta leave. I really hope they can, you know, wrap up the storyline when people are like wanting it the most. I don't know. What do you think?
For sure. No, I know they're trying to hold off till they have fans, but how long can you do that for? You know, like how long can you really drag this out? Like I'm pretty sure there's probably not gonna be any fans till like next year, and that's maybe, you know. So I don't know if they're gonna drag this on that much, or if they're just gonna do it whenever they can. So them not having fans, or you know, the super limited fans that they do have, has really helped them a lot with their character work, like having to really refine what that means to them, and they're doing so good. But I don't know, I kind of want it soon. I think if by SummerSlam would be cool.
I don't want them to break up, but that's when you gotta break up, because that's
exactly
hit the height.
That's very good thinking, because the best time to turn a face heel is whenever they're the most popular as a face.
So they need to break up for SummerSlam or that rumored Evolution 2. So I'm super excited about that. All right, but that is this week's Raw and SmackDown review. Paloma, where can we find you?
You find me on Instagram and Twitter at Paloma Star. And DS, where can we find you?
You can find me at DS and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. And this weekend, we're going to do the watch-along party for the horror show. So come join us for that.
And don't forget to check out our Teespring store, where you can find this awesome periodic table of women's division. I probably said that word wrong, but it's okay. It's still a cute shirt.
Yeah. All right. See you soon. Bye.